Hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're well. I'm here, came out of Bay, having quiet time before I start my day. Went to the gym early. Anyways, I don't know if you want to know all that, but this is what I'm doing. And the ching-chings and the chickens are just hanging out with me, having quiet time. Hi, whoever joined. Great to have you here. I just wanted to kind of talk about something so impactful for me on my journey with Not Enough. I talked about this a little bit on Instagram, and I know I'm doing another video after doing one yesterday, but I had to stand in for International Women's Day. But I titled this video, How I've Been Living a Lie and How I'm Walking in the Truth. And I titled that for a reason. So this month we're talking about not being enough, and that's a lie, right? We know that. But we all, if we're all honest, it's easier to live a lie sometimes than it is to live the truth for many reasons. And there are so many things that have happened in our lives, things that people have said that have led us to this point where we believe that to be true. And that is something I want to unpack with you in the No Flaw Masterclass, locally next Thursday and online Monday. But I'm going to tell you my story. And I hope that this encourages you to know that I'm still on this journey as well. Hi, whoever joined. Feel free to say hello. And if you are watching the replay, say hello. Touch base with me. Hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me? Hopefully. So there's a particular instances in my life that I've really struggled with this enoughness. And one of the main ones is definitely this area with food and my relationship with my body and myself. And that is what led me to actually starting my business, is when I started to find freedom in that. And really, for me, it was understanding my worth was not in what I did or who I was. Really, it was in God and His love for me. And that led me to do a bunch of different things. But start my business and other things. But really, what I've been struggling with it just feels that ever since I'm started talking about this topic, stuff is coming out in me. I'm realizing that there are certain areas of my life that I'm like, that's still a problem. And one of them, I did a post, I think I did on my page yesterday around in the gym. And let's just be honest, when you're working out with people, hi, whoever joined, when you're working out with people, you compare. You compare your body, you compare how you're doing, like whether they did that and you didn't do that. And my wrist has been hurt, my right wrist. My left was 2 years ago, but now my right wrist. And so I just haven't been able to do a whole lot like I would normally do. But I still showed up. Hey, Charisse, good to see you. I've still showed up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to still take care of my body and my health, regardless if I can't do what everyone else is doing. And did you know that I've actually physically still gotten a lot of results by just showing up? Right? I'm definitely strong, just as strong, or if not stronger, leaning out, all these different things, not intentionally, but because I'm just being consistent and showing up. But it's so easy to compare, right? It's so easy to compare and being like, but this person did this and I wasn't able to do this and I used to be able to do this. And I'm like, just put a stop in it, because these thoughts, those repeated thoughts, keep you down. And it doesn't make you celebrate the fact that despite being injured, despite doing all this, I'm so persevering, right? So that's one story with my body and fitness and comparing myself, right? But then this is the big one that I really think came to help me really realize the lie that I've been living, and that this lie goes in all the areas of my life. So basically, I'm an entrepreneur. And although as inspiring and as courageous it may feel, it is one of the toughest things I've ever done, because I've had to come to the point where I don't rely on myself. Really, it's like to get paid, to get clients, to get all of this. It depends on people too. I may be doing the right thing, but it depends on if people want it, and it's the right season. But it also depends on God. My worth, my provision never really was dependent on my employer. It was always on God. God just used my employer to provide. And I thought, and I went through last year was all about restoring my relationship with money, restoring my relationship with trusting God and providing in this way. And I could say to you that it's not that I don't trust God to provide for me, but I want to provide for myself. Because in my mind, Because what society says is that in order to be successful, in order to have it together, hey Lori, you need to work hard. You need to make sure all your bills are paid on time. You need to make sure you have enough money for a house, a car, for children. You need to make sure, and if you don't, you're not one of the best. You're not in the top. You're not successful. And that's a lie that many of us really walk in and believe. And the lie that I walk in too often is believing if I fall short, that there has to be some sort of consequence, that I have to feel it, that I have to somehow be punished, right? Because that's what society, that's what the enemy, that's what sin, that's what the old law of Christianity, no, I'm not going to go to that. But anyways, that's what we believe, that if we're not perfect, we should be punished, we should be shamed, we should put out. But then yet, here comes this this man named Jesus, really, God, and says, actually, there's grace. There's forgiveness. There's getting something you deserve when you didn't deserve it, and all these there's forgiveness. It's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to, quote unquote, not meet the standard. And that frustrates me sometimes. Although I love it, I want it, it's hard. It's hard to believe that. Because I've been living the lie that if I don't do X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z doesn't happen. And if I do X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z should happen. But the truth of the matter is what God has really been coming to, especially with the financial side of my business, is showing me that not only does He provide, He does so with grace. Where maybe something works through with a person and they're like, it's okay. Like, it's okay if that happens later. And you're like, I literally said to someone yesterday, I'm like, I might not be able to make this thing on time. Could you give me it was like, can you give me a consequence? Because I want to be, basically, I want to feel it. I want to be punished or whatever. And they were like, no. Like, I understand. Like, I understand that it doesn't depend on you. Like, yeah, you may have it, but it may just come later because of different circumstances. And I was like, I can't fathom this. I cannot fathom this. Basically, someone was giving me grace, and I was saying, no, give me punishment. But really, I want grace. But I don't know how to fathom it. I don't know how to receive it. And I just started to pray. That's why I'm having quiet time. And I was like, I realized that is what God is all about. It's about grace. That's what Jesus came. It's like, man, you feel shame, you feel condemned. The world says you suck, but guess what? I say otherwise. You're made in my image. You're worth far more than rubies. You're worth far more than sparrows in these fields. And yeah, Stephanie, it's beautiful outside right now. But yeah, it just really made me realize that no matter what it is in my life, whether it's in my business, whether it's my relationship with food or my body or fitness or relationship with others, I carry this lie, carry this belief in there that I have to be perfect because that's how I receive love. But people are telling me, people are showing me, God is showing me, no, I love you in your imperfections, and I actually don't really care if you're perfect or not, like who you are. And I sit there and it's a struggle. But yeah, every time I sit there and allow that truth to rest over me, I'm free. I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed. I no longer wonder if I'm enough. And that truth and walking in that reality is what we all need to do more often. We need to recognize that there is always grace and there is love despite what we have, what we do, what we don't do, what we don't have. And it's from that place of truth and freedom we can truly be the women, the men, the people we're called to be. So I really just encourage you to really think through this. What is the lie that you've been telling yourself? What is the lie that you have been telling yourself, this belief that has kept you in bondage? That's really what it has. You might not feel it, and that might be a powerful thing, but it's kept you in mentally, emotional, spiritual bondage. And what truth do you need to tell yourself to break free? Is it, if you are a Christian, or if you're not, this is the place to go. Going to some truth, creating some truth from Scripture where it says There is no condemnation for those in Christ Jesus, or saying, I am enough, whatever it is. That's what affirmations are, the truth that you repeat to yourself. And often my affirmations are scriptures. Is it praying with someone? Is it telling someone, like, what do you need to do to rewrite that story and give yourself a new belief, a new reality? Because it's there. You just have to be willing to grab hold of it. And I would love to do that with you. If you are here in Cayman, come out on the 15th. Share this video with women, or mainly going to be women, but men too, that you know may need this. So we're going to talk about this, and then we're going to rewrite some truths and create affirmations. I have Michelle Illustrations creating custom affirmations for us for this class. And then we're going to do essential oil blends to also shift, because the power of aromatherapy is real. And then I'm doing it online as well on the 19th. And although we're not going to physically make stuff, I'm going to give you the recipes for everything, and we are going to create the affirmation, and then you can print them out and write them on your own. And then, of course, like, those two lead in a way that if you know that like one class is not enough, that you really want to journey in knowing you're enough and really walking in that, shifting your thoughts, emotions, and habits in every area of your life. That's what my Flawed to Flourishing 6-month program is about. But I would encourage you to either come to the master class if you just want to see if something like that's for you, or if you just want help in one specific way. But if not, if you know, like, hey, right away, like, the 6-month program is for me, I am taking calls over the next couple weeks before registration officially opens to just talk with women and see, is this a good fit for you? Because it is. And if you know, then I'm not going to want to make you wait. Like, I'm going to make you say yes and jump in. But it's just a no pressure call to really discuss if it's a good fit for you. And the whole point of even the Flawed to Flourishing program is to do it with a community of women. And know you're not alone. Be encouraged by people. And it's going to be a group / one-on-one coaching program. There will be a training either by me or guest expert a month. We do as a group. There's a group coaching call to kind of even process how everything's going. Then there's a one-on-one call, accountability partners, archive of trainings and resources, private Facebook group. There's so much stuff, but the real thing, what you need to know, that's what you're getting. But the real thing, what you need to know, is that really what you're going to receive is transformation. That at the end of the 6 months, I want you to leave knowing that you're enough, or even just starting that journey. Because, you know, it's like me, it takes a while, but coming out more empowered to walk in that truth, right? To walk in that truth and shift from believing these lies, because we're going to unpack those lies. So you got to be willing to unpack the lies and start walking in the truth. So anyways, I'm going to go finish quiet time, but I just wanted to jump in. And if you all stayed on with me, thank you so much. Feel free to share it below in the comments if any of this resonated with you, but also personal message me if you feel that it's too personal. I'm going to put the links in a bit for the No Flaw Master Class, and then the program as well, so you can check it out and just let me know if this resonates with you and if it's something you want to do. Bless you, ladies that stayed watching, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.